All right, so that was Wish I Knew, another track off my unreleased mixtape.
And you are listening to Off the Map here on CJSW 90.9. In studio with us this afternoon is Katrin Hodson.
Hello, hello.
All right, Katrin, we have more questions for you.
Awesome.
You're releasing your first mixtape in the next couple of months. What are your expectations for this mixtape?
I just want it to be I just want to get exposure, basically. It's going to be just like a free download, basically. I've been working on it for about a year, just starting to finish up all of the music on there. And yeah, I just want people to hear me. That's my goal.
Katrin, what are some of the challenges that you face as an independent female R&B artist?
I think the challenges that I've faced personally have been just in regards to doing the music. I feel like when I first started deciding that I wanted to do this and to record, I realized quickly that you kind of have to be self-sufficient and do it yourself. So the challenge for me at the beginning was just figuring out how I was going to do it by myself, because I basically did it all myself, found where I was recording, all the music, all the writing. So
you don't have the full entourage yet. You've only got one person in your entourage so far. So.
Yes, Miss Rachel Hansen.
She looks pretty intimidating, I gotta say that.
She's pretty much there for everything. But yeah, that's just the biggest challenge, doing it yourself, right? I mean, when you first start out, you don't necessarily have a team.
Yeah.
I have my family and my friends are amazing, but just doing the music is pretty much just me.
I would imagine you've learned a lot through that process, though.
Oh yeah, so much. In the last year and a half, I've learned so much about just the business too. The business, making music, what it takes to actually make music, the amount of work that goes into it, which doesn't really necessarily feel like work because I do love doing it, but it's a lot of time.
Labor of love.
Exactly.
How do you go about separating yourself from other R&B artists here in the local scene, as well in the national scene too?
I think I'm not sure if I consciously try to separate myself from people. I just go with who I am. Like, I know my style. I know what I like. I know when I hear a beat, if I like it, I'm not going to do anything that isn't really true to my heart, basically. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. I just know what I like, and I know my voice, I think, separates me. I think that my tone in my voice separates me from other artists. That's what I personally think, but I'm sure that, I don't know.
Okay. What's your opinion of the local music scene here in Calgary?
I think the local music scene is really starting to pick up. Like, we were just talking before about 10 at 10 and events like that, and just the amount of music that I'm hearing from local artists in Calgary it's just awesome. You know, Calgary wasn't, like, the hip hop scene in Calgary is growing so much.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And for me, that's awesome. I mean, when I first started going out when I was 18, there was probably one club in Calgary that played the kind of music I listened to. And now there's almost like a following of certain DJs in Calgary that play hip hop. And then the artists that sing and perform that kind of music sort of are all involved with those DJs too. It's just like this big community that's starting to just grow.
And so those seeds have been planted here in Calgary in the local music scene. How do you see those blossoming in the future? You see, more artists becoming big nationally or internationally from the Calgary local scene. You think we have potential here for that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that, I mean, the community here for the type of music that I do, the R&B and hip hop, is smaller than places like Toronto, for example. But
yeah.
It's almost like beneficial because you actually really know all the people that are into that scene and all the artists, right? I think that there's definitely opportunity for us to be on the national scene, right? I mean, the internet too changed everything. So
that's right.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the national music scene, what's your view on Canada's music scene, whether it's hip hop music, indie rock, indie pop, and etc.?
I think the Canadian music scene, I think it's good. I think that I feel like there's a lot of artists in local artists in Calgary and that aren't necessarily in the national music scene yet. And I feel I'm not really sure. Like, I don't really listen to necessarily just like the Canadian music scene. To me, I would mostly think of Calgary when I think of that. I think there's been some amazing artists out of Canada, obviously, in the last few years. I would like to see more in terms of hip hop in Canada. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you watch the Junos and stuff like that, I just feel like it's not really very well represented necessarily at those types of award shows. Like, and hopefully that will start to change as more people start to, it's like Calgary, right? It's just on a bigger scene. Calgary's starting to change. People are starting to listen to that kind of music here. Our generation kind of like fostered a hip hop community that wasn't here before. So I think that it will just sort of start to expand nationally.
Good answer. I noticed one interesting thing on your Facebook page, your Facebook fan page. You know, every time a fan says something to you on Facebook, you always like their comment, or you give them feedback. How important is fan feedback to you?
Oh, so important. Just having, I mean, I had this video that I had done, Amazing Grace, an a cappella version of the song. And I had posted it on YouTube, and then it had got posted on this other website, and it had 49,000 views. And the comments that people left were just, that was the first time that I was really humbled by people's comments.
And that was in a week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in a week. And I just was reading these comments, and it was just amazing. Like, to know that people are listening to your music and all over the US, all over Canada and Europe and stuff, like, and writing comments to you and actually taking the time to give you feedback, that was awesome. I'm pretty sure I had a smile on my face the entire week, all day, every day.
You know, we need 49,000 fans. It'd be great.
Well, we've got 2 so far, and I believe that's me and you.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we need.
Yeah, you know, if we can
You
get
gotta
5,
start somewhere.
if we get 5 by the end of the week, I'm happy. That's progress, right?
Same here. Oh, let's get back into music.
Some things in life never turn out right, and it seems some things are never fair, and you're giving the short end of the straw. You try